Come on, live. And we're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren on the Siren Speak show. Shout out to y'all. Hello. Hey, y'all, and thank you guys for tuning in. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about some stuff, okay? And we're going to get some clarity. We want to know, a lot of us, especially those of you who get your consultations with me, you want to know how it is that you can stay energetically protected, okay, in 2026, because the energies are different, y'all. It's not the same anymore. The energies are very different. So we need to know how to protect ourselves. And I want you guys to understand that the good Lord does speak with us, okay? We're not alone. You are not alone. Say it. I am here with you. Though we're far away, I am here to stay. So God is always with us, you guys. The energy is always there. Regardless of what you consider this God energy to be, it is there with you. Okay, I don't have any specifics as to what it is exactly. I just know what it is for me. And I'm most certain that you have developed what it is for you. Okay. So we're going to be talking about how to understand what we know as God, okay? How to understand God. We're going to talk about messages from the divine. We're going to talk about how to protect yourself. Like I say, the energies are very different. They're not the same, okay? The energies are different from what they were, just what we know. What we know as 5 years ago, 6 years ago, those were different energies that were running red, okay, and jumping on and manipulating people, y'all. It's a whole new realm of folk, okay? It's a whole new type of energy that's out there. And right now, as we move throughout this galaxy into different dimensions, into different versions of this earth, we think that we're still on the same version of earth that we were when we were born. If you are, then that's a problem. Okay, if you are still on the version of earth that it was when you were born, that's a problem, you guys. We are constantly evolving. And every time we evolve, we move into a different realm of this same planet, but a different realm, a different dimension of it, okay? This is why we call it getting older. But when you think about it, as you move into different realms, you think differently. We always say, "Ooh, child, if I knew then what I know now." You know what I'm saying? It's like you couldn't know then what you know now because you were in a different realm. At that time, you were in a different version, okay, not only of yourself, but of this planet. And as you evolve inside, as you evolve eternally, the outside changes too. It does not stay the same. This is why, if you think about when you were born, okay, versus when your parents were born, and versus when your grandparents were born. Look at the way the earth looked. It looked totally different. You know, it's like, wow, back then, there were only dirt roads when grandma was around. There were only dirt roads. There weren't that many houses on the block. There was just a house here, and it probably was miles before it was a whole other house. Now, when you go, it's like grocery stores, gas station, houses, apartment complex, businesses. Everything is different. This is a telltale sign that you have moved into another dimension. This is a telltale sign that you have moved into another realm. We have a responsibility on ourselves to grow and evolve, but we also have a responsibility as a whole to grow and evolve as well. Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about, some of the telltale signs that you guys will know. Okay, God is really talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Remember that on The Color Purple, God is trying to tell you something. You guys just tap yourself on the shoulder and say, "Listen, baby, God is trying to tell you something." And we need to understand exactly what that message is, okay? So shout out to each and every one of you. Hello. Y'all, please excuse me, okay? Y'all, Siren is over here dealing with this right here, okay? And it keep getting caught on the back of my shirt, and it hurt. And I'm one thing about Siren, y'all. Siren done put the wigs, okay? I've been putting the wigs away, honey. I've been rocking my own hair because I want a lot of communication, okay? I ain't gonna tell y'all not to wear y'all wigs and stuff, but what I am saying is you want to definitely take care of your hair, your head space, okay? You want to take care of your hair. Your hair is antenna. Okay, we know that. Your hair is antenna, and you want to make sure that you're using, listen, y'all, you want to make sure that you're using the correct product. One thing about me, for those of you who watch my vlogs and stuff, you see I make my shampoo, okay? I like to make my shampoo. I like to make my conditioner, my treatments, all of that stuff, y'all. If they were going to get in your head, what would be the best way? You know what I'm saying? The shampoo, you guys, there could possibly and allegedly, okay, there could be things inside of the shampoo to keep you from just thinking. Okay, there could be just think of 1,000,001 ways that you can be tricked. So you got to be careful with some of the particles or some of the properties that are inside of something as simple as your shampoo. Remember, they tricked all of us into getting a perm. Now, what do they say about the perms? If you were a fool to take a perm back in the day, you could possibly. And the thing about it is, there's people to this day still perming their hair. I don't, you know, we all different. There's people to this day still perming their damn hair, y'all. It's permanent churn hair. You should be able to call child services. I ain't gonna lie on anybody who permanent churn hair nowadays when y'all know. Okay, so there are a lot of things, a lot of messages that we get. You know what I'm saying? It's just up to you. I like rocking my hair because I feel like, y'all, when I go out into the public, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I can hear people's thoughts. Well, that kind of been going on, but I be in tune. Like, I be in tune to the birds and all. Like, I be on it, y'all. Like, like, it's just picking up information from so much. I feel like I go to the right stores. You know what I'm saying? Before I would go to like 50 different stores trying to find something. Now, when I set my intention, I say, okay, this is what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to go out because this is what I want. This is what I need, right? Next thing I know, you guys, I go to this particular store and everything I want and need is like right there. And it's like sometimes it'll be things that I wasn't expecting to even get from that store, and I will find it in that store. Like, oh, this is right here. Like, I ain't even gotta go nowhere. Seriously, y'all, okay? I feel like when I keep my hair cleansed, when I keep my hair, treated with like the right things, okay? More natural products, more holistic products, more powerful and energetic products, I feel like I can think a lot, clearer. I get so much more clarity, and I'm not sitting around all day just like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure things out. And when I do get like that, because sometimes I get like that, that's when I know, oh, it's time to wash that hair, girl. Because when you go outside, you guys, it's dirt in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's dirt, it's particles, it's electromagnetic energy that's going to try to get up and through, to stop that transmission from going out or coming in. Okay, so it's like you even have to make sure. This is why when I make my product, I make sure I put some type of protective, energy inside of it to, kind of seal and lock in those high vibrations that I get. Okay, so let me see who's up in the building. Hey, Maggie up and through. Hey, Maggie, what is up, y'all? Shout out to my Patreon family up in the building. Hey, Maggie. Hey, Terrence, what is up with you? Hey, Terrence up in here, y'all. Janice, did I say Janice? Janice is up in the building, y'all. Somebody done went and hijacked Janice, okay? Oh, my word. Hey, Maggie, you say your hair is gorgeous. Ew, thank you. Y'all, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Y'all know I go crazy with that, okay? Thank you very much, okay? I really, man, it's a task. It's an entity of itself. I should be able to file taxes and claim this mofo. The stuff I got to do to take care of this, to protect it and seal it, child, it's like having a whole nother baby. I'm like, oh my God, I can't afford to have a child and take care of my hair, which wasn't gonna go first, okay? Thank God all my kids are finally grown. I can now afford to take care of my damn hair, okay? But thank you, I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get inside of the topics, you guys. And y'all know, for those of you who are, here and dealing and listening to all of this, y'all already know the site is going to be up, I think, February 1st, okay? I am behind because y'all know I did move. And unfortunately, I didn't bring all of my stuff with me, okay, this go round. So by the time we packed up the truck and realized we ain't got enough space, this truck is not big enough. We didn't know it wasn't going to be big enough. So all of my business stuff was actually left, okay, back in Georgia. But I'll have it really soon. I'll have it in a couple weeks, in like another week or so. It'll be here. So thank God for that. So yeah, I can't take any orders, okay? But those of you who are my VIP, y'all already know, hit your girl up, and I'll make sure that I get you guys right on together, okay? So I just wanted to make that little FYI for anybody questioning, about any product and stuff like that. So let's talk about these messages, okay, from the divine that you can get, you guys. Listen, there is a need for us to understand that it is time for us to not only live a physical experience, getting up, going to work, paying bills, paying our mortgage, buying clothes, shopping, eating, things of that nature, okay? There's another life that we have to live. And a lot of us have been living only one part of that life. We've just been dealing with the physical, and we definitely need to make sure that we start to engage, okay, in our spiritual existence as well. Because not only are you, a physical, having this human experience, you are also, okay, that is having that physical experience as well. So with that being said, understanding how the spirit realm talks, okay, this is what we have to definitely, this is like so aggy. It keep getting caught on my damn thing. That's like when I lift my head forward, it's like I feel a pull every time. Let me try to lift it up or something. Okay, so understanding the messages that we get when the divine talks to us, okay? We know that there are ways that we get messages via, let's say, angel numbers, okay? Hey to everyone who's tuning up and through. Janice say, getting old, thinking them nap and going to bed early. Okay, you know what? I do all of that. I found myself taking, I don't take naps. One thing about me, I don't really take a nap, right? But I will go to bed early. I ain't lying. I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon if it calls for it, and still won't wake up to the next day. Okay, let's get that. You say getting old, but what I want us to think, you guys, what if we're not getting old? Okay, what if you're not actually getting old per se? What if you're moving into realms as you move through life? You move into realms or dimensions, okay, that has higher energies. And in order for you to sustain or survive those energies, it requires a certain frequency. Maybe as Earth is moving through different dimensions and different timelines, our frequency is not balancing with that timeline, so it feels rather draining. You know what I'm saying? It feels like, oh God, how do I keep up? Energetically. So, because one thing I noticed is that when it comes to me, I remember I was taking energy drinks, y'all. This was the old 3D siren, okay? I was taking energy drinks when I would go to the gym, right? I would get up and I would take an energy drink and I would go to the gym. And as I started to mature spiritually, okay, I started to incorporate healthier and more natural ways of getting energy. And we're going to talk about that as well, okay? And I started to take B12. Now, there are two different types of B12. There's a natural B12 and there's a man-made B12, okay? The natural B12 starts with a methyl something, something, something. It's a long word, right? But the man-made B12 starts with COBA, okay? Starts with a C. So I started taking the COBA because I didn't know that wasn't natural. I'm just thinking I'm going towards a vitamin, a B12, so this is going to give me energy. Listen, y'all. Then, as I matured spiritually, I realized that, hey, that's a man-made version of B12. It's not even a natural version. So it's really not healthy for your body. It does the same thing as energy drinks, because when you look at energy drinks, that the natural B12 is not likely in that energy drink. It's more likely a man-made B12. Okay. So then as I grew spiritually, I learned about the natural B12, which was the methyl, okay. So I started to take that, right? And as I started to take that, I would feel a little energy, when I work out and everything. And then there were like about 2 or 3 days that I went to the gym. And I realized as I was working out, I'm talking like damn near to the end, I went hard in the gym. Oh, shoot, I didn't take my B12 today. And I'm like, how did I have all this energy if I didn't take the B12? So I feel like, you guys, as we move through different timelines, okay, you have to work on your frequency so that you can exist in the highest version of that timeline. You really have to make sure that your frequency is in line with the energies of that timeline. When your frequency is in line with the energy of that timeline, you experience the highest version of it, which means more things can work in your favor than against, okay, you. So with us moving, okay, the earth is constantly moving. It's constantly going through, the cosmos and through the galaxy. It's constantly moving. So as it moves, the energy, the frequency that we're taking in moves and shifts as well. This is why, we have some good times. We have some low times. We have some times where we go through battle and war. We have some times where everybody is at peace. It's so much that goes on, and we have to make sure that we, start to tune into those natural energies. So living a balanced life, you guys, meaning you're incorporating your physical and your spiritual. You already know how to incorporate your physical, whatever lifestyle you live. You a nurse, you a teacher, you a doctor, you a lawyer, you a priest, you a preacher, you a whatever you may be. That's your physical thing. That's your masculine energy. Right now, there's a need for us to incorporate the feminine energy. Okay, meaning we got to tune into the way that the divine talks. The divine or the divine feminine energy speaks to us a little different than the masculine energy. It's not always in the physical. Okay. So, for example, some ways you can get messages are angel numbers. You guys know, you see the 333, 444, 555, 1234, 1111, 1414. You see all the numbers all the time. Now, when you tune out of that, you will notice for those of us where, we start to tune out of it, and next thing you know, we don't see them anymore. They're not coming through anymore, which means, the frequency has dropped, or we're just not ready to receive those messages. So when you get these messages, you want to decode them. You definitely need to decode them and find out exactly what it is that's being said to you, because that is a program that is about to run in your life. Okay, you're being kind of guided to say, hey, this is what's about to come up. It could be that day, the next week, the next month, the next year, but it's up to you to decode. Another way is through songs. Okay, it's just, child, listen, I've heard some songs, or for whatever reason, a lot of times when it comes to me, I get directed to look up the lyrics, okay? And sometimes it's songs I've never heard of. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, y'all listen, I'm gonna tell you how it go for me. I will just hear like a random like statement, okay? It'll say like busy days, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm just like, the busy days? That'll just pop up in my head, busy days. So I'm like, okay, what are we saying? Okay, so busy days popped up in my head. What is busy days? What about busy days? Am I about to have some busy days coming up? Then I'll just be like, you know what? Let me just Google busy days. I will Google busy days, and next thing you know, it'll say a song, okay, by some people that was written back in 1949. And I'm like, so I'll look up the lyrics of this song I've never heard called Busy Days, and it will be exactly what I have either been inquiring about or thinking about or wanting to know. It's like, whoa. Like, seriously, y'all, it goes like that. So sometimes songs, and I got the other day, let me see. Oh God, I wrote something down. Okay, it was a message that came to me, and it said it was speaking of songs. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes to songs, I'm a songwriter, right? All of my music that I had sang, I wrote those lyrics. Y'all, when I write songs, I don't know where that comes from. Okay, it just comes to me. Right? So I, Siren, I believe that when it comes to songs, those are like books. These songs are not random, y'all. These are conversations between different dimensions. Okay, and they manifest themselves in the form of a song in this third dimension. Okay, and I say that because even with, like I said, when I write songs, I just go, I just start writing. And my husband used to be like, "Dang, you finished with it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember I didn't have this ring, I had a different ring, and I lost the ring. Right, I couldn't find my ring." And I remember sitting at the computer and I was like, "Where the hell is my ring?" And I just started singing, "Where the hell is my ring?" I just started singing it, right? And I'm like, "Oh, that's a song." And then I just wrote down, "Where the hell is my ring?" So when I decided to tune into writing that as a song, it just started to flow, the whole song. I can't tell y'all, I won't tell y'all what that song goes back into ancient Greece, Kemet, and a little bit of Rome. Okay. Lifetimes that I had then and experienced then. I didn't even know that, you guys. Okay. So when it comes to these songs, whether you are writing them or whether you hear them, get the message. These are conversations, you guys, of things that are either to come or things that may have happened or things you just need to know. So another way that the divine realm speaks to us is through songs. So we have the angel numbers, okay? We have songs. There's also movies, okay? Movies is another way that they speak to us. I love to decode movies. When I go into the movie theater, I have a notepad and I have a pen. Okay, or either because I don't really like to pull out my phone because then the light comes on when I start to, typing in the phone. And I'm like, people probably like, "Why does that light keep popping up?" Just and I look at everything. When you be quiet and watch a movie, you'll be surprised what is being said to you. You have to really be quiet. Now, the other day, okay, so Patreon, please check out the new video that went up if you haven't already, because there's another one coming up to that. So I got a message for 2026, okay? And like I said, there were 3 things we should not drink, okay, in 2026. Now, because this topic is so sensitive, I'm going to give you guys one, okay? Now, this is the type of information I give to my Patreon family, okay? But I'm going to give you guys one because I want to speak on the relevance of this whole movie topic. But there came up 3 things that we should not drink for at least the next 2 years, 26, 27, and perhaps 28, okay? 3, and I don't know if it should be forever and a day. Janice, you say, I meant to say taking, okay? Getting old, taking naps, and going to bed early. That's why you ain't been in the lives. About to do my lives at 10 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, child. Let's go live for Janice. All right, so we're going to be live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, okay? And if y'all have any specific questions or any topics that y'all want me to talk about, y'all always know to message me, okay? And we'll definitely dive in, all right? So let's get back to it. There were 3 things, y'all, that they said we should not consume, okay? And I got the first 2. As I was getting the message, I got the first 2. They came like just like that. But that third one was a problem. And I was like, I don't understand. I'm not getting it. What is the third one? So I actually closed out of my meditation. I'm like, all right, let me just close out of the meditation because I'm not getting this. Like, I don't know, like, what? Like, water? What is it? I still didn't get the message. So I was like, you know what? I'll just, I'll come back to it. Maybe it's just not for me to get it right now. I want to, damn, if I could show y'all this. Let me see if I could show, because y'all know I'm all about receipts, okay? Because I like to show y'all stuff, okay? Okay, let's see. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up. If I could pull up something. What the hell is this? Okay, hold up. So in this movie, the movie was called Wonder Woman, 1984. Okay. And for whatever reason, I just said, let me watch this movie. Okay. I said, okay, let me watch this movie. And I'm just going to tell y'all about it because I can't pull it up. Okay. I said, let me watch this movie. Okay. Wonder Woman 1984. All right, cool. I remember going to see it. Now, it was about the stone citrine. And it's so crazy. I'm actually rocking citrine right now, y'all. It's so crazy because I've been rocking citrine. Now, throughout my move, this was one of the only stones that traveled with me during this time. All of my other ones are still in Georgia. This was the only one that I got. So this was the only one I've been able to rock. And it's so crazy because in that movie, they had a citrine stone that the gods had put some sort of energy into. Now it grants a wish, but what people didn't know was when it grant their wish, it would take their most valuable, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that they value the most. Now, God, let me see, just to go a little bit deeper. When we talk, see, the movie's talking codes as well. So when it takes your most valuable, what you value the most, now we're looking at your second house. Now we're looking at Taurus, your possessions. So this was like they take your Taurus, okay, and they give you something. It's almost like the satanic type of energy. Like, okay, I'll give you the world. So you're giving me a whole bunch of nothing, but I'm giving you one everything. You know what I'm saying? So people would make a wish with this stone. So there was this one guy who wished that he was a stone. He was like, I want to become you, citrine. That's my wish. So I can grant people wishes and I can take what they value most. So this was an attack on your Venus. Okay. In 1984, there was an attack on your Venus. Okay. Now, a lot of you don't know what this attack was. Okay. But this attack was very, very, very big. Okay. I gotta save this for Patreon, okay? Because it goes a little too deep, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, you know, okay. So there was an attack on your Venus, okay? Your second house, your possessions, how you make your money, what you value the most, okay? So they're letting us know that there was an attack on the second house in the Venus. So in this movie, I just randomly watched this movie. Out of all movies on the television, I randomly just saw this movie and was like, oh, okay, let me watch this. So there's a scene where a guy, he wished for a lady to drop dead because they were in an argument, right? So everybody was making wishes. Like the guy who became the citrine went live on TV like this. He was like, everybody, give me your wishes. Give me your wishes. So all the people are like wishing all over the world, but they don't know he's taking away their health. He's taking away their wealth. He's taking away everything. They don't know that. They just want the wish. So now this lady and this man, and they're in the middle of an argument. So the lady says, I wish like ICE come and deport you and take you back to where you came from, all of you. So he turns around and ICE is outside grabbing people, like getting ready to put them in a car and everything. And he turns around to her and he says, I wish you dropped dead. So she literally like grabs her heart and then she drops to the floor. So when she drops to the floor, that's why I say you got to be quiet, okay? She drops to the floor and the movie cuts to another scene. But then it cuts back to this scene, and now there is a lady over her giving her CPR, right? They're on the floor. Now they're inside of a, she owns like a bakery or something. You know what I'm saying? The lady who he asked to drop dead, they were inside of his shop, inside of her shop. So she drops dead. She drops to the floor. Now there's a lady giving her CPR standing over her. Now, as she's on the floor, they're by like the counter where people would come and walk up to and place their order. They're by the counter, right? So when the camera cuts to the lady giving her CPR, you know how you have like a island or like the bar, you have where the stools can go? Okay, they're below the stools. They're like damn near, they're on the ground. This is how low they were. The lady over her giving her CPR. right next to the lady, this is the bar, the counter, okay? There's a sign at the bottom of the counter, the bottom, not the top. It was at the bottom of the counter. Okay, you can only see it because they were down there. She's giving her CPR. So while most people would focus on her giving the lady CPR, I look over at the sign. The sign says milk. Milk. Now, I asked for clarity on what this third thing was that we need not consume. I got the first two. I didn't know what the third one was. Y'all, Spirit speaks to you via movies. Pay attention. Now, this is not me telling you not to drink milk. I am not saying that there's anything wrong with the milk. I am not saying that you should not drink milk for the next 3 years. I don't know of anything going on with the milk that would be harmful. I don't know of anything going on with the milk that will be harmful. I have no idea why it is that anyone would be afraid to drink milk. I have no opinions on milk, whether it is good or bad. I don't with it, but it's up to you whether you want to drink milk or not. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I just so happened to be watching the movie Wonder Woman, 1984, and there was a scene where there was a weird sign in a weird space that said milk. Okay? That's neither here nor there, right? So, yeah. So they speak to us through movies, okay? There have been other movies that I have watched, you guys, that have just given me so much knowledge and so much wisdom and so much clarity on so much. Oh my word. Okay. That'll be a whole other live. So we have angel numbers. We have songs, movies, tag numbers. Okay. Now I saw a tag number. Listen, y'all. Okay. One day I was meditating with Bae, right? I was meditating with Bae, and for whatever reason, I think that, how did we get to this? Okay, that's how we got to it. Okay, so I was meditating with Bae, right? And his tag number came up in the meditation, and I said, why would your tag number come up in this meditation? What do we need to know about your tag number? So I Googled his tag number. I just put it in, the numbers and the letters, and I Googled his tag number. And under his tag number, what came up was Bluebell ice cream. Okay? And there was a situation that was coincidentally swept under the rug of these, I guess, alleged lawsuits or these alleged reports about Bluebell ice cream. Y'all, it goes deep. I don't want to get deep into it, okay? But there was this report that people should know about Bluebell ice cream. So I'm thinking, listen, y'all, this is how weird it is. I say, well, what is the likelihood that this, because I guess the Bae's tag number was kind of like connected to some sort of maybe case number connected to this situation. But listen, why is it that the date on this report that this case was filed was Bae's birthday? Your tag number is not random. Okay? His tag number coincidentally was connected to a whole situation connected to that started or happened on his birthday. I was like, there's no way that this has anything to do with Bae or his tag number. And I just so happened to look at the date. And the date was on his birthday, y'all. Okay? So perhaps Google your tag number and see what it is that comes up for you. This could be something random, but the funny thing is, I personally never bought bluebell ice cream after that. It's so funny because that was the only ice cream that I used to like mainly get was bluebell ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be a bluebell ice cream chick, you know, and it came up. It came up. I saw it with my own eyes. Okay. So, yeah, tag numbers, you guys. Tag numbers can tell you a lot if you're open to the message. Okay. So take some time out to Google the tag numbers and see whatever it is that may come up for you, whether it's your tag number or if you see somebody, you're behind a tag number or you keep seeing the same number, you know, whatever. Sometimes, you guys, these tag numbers, to me, just like movies, they're coded messages. I don't think it's coincidental that a police will pull over you or pull you over. Excuse me. I don't think it's coincidental that a police will pull you over. I think when they run their tags or when they run your tag, I think those are coded messages. Okay. And I think that when you do get your tag, okay. I think that when you do get your tag, you guys, I don't think that it's a coincident, you know, type of tag number that you get. I think everything you're in alignment with something that took place. Because look at it, when Bay got his tag, he was in alignment with what took place with that code. Okay. There are other stories I could tell you about tag numbers, but we're not going to get into that. Okay. We're just going to keep focusing on ways you guys need to understand this is how you're going to move forward in life, because a lot of you are looking for answers. A lot of you say, God, give me a sign. You know, a lot of you want answers. A lot of you're getting a lot of knowledge every day. You just have to know where it is to seek. Okay. So we got tag numbers. We got deja vu. Okay. Where you feel like, damn, I feel like you just know what's about to happen for a split second. You know what I'm saying? You just know exactly what's about to happen. You know what's about to go on, and you don't know how you know it, but for a split second, it happens right there. And it's a moment where the alleged future and present can mix together. Okay. It happens so quick because there's somebody that's fixing, you know, something that's fixing it, correcting it as it's actually happening. Okay. But deja vu can let you know that everything you need to know, you already know. The answer is in the question that you ask. Okay. I heard the other day that there's no such thing as memory. You don't have to remember anything. You can access everything you want to access. You just know what you need to know when you need to know it. So when we go into the belief that our memory has been erased, okay, because that was something that I thought too for a while, especially as I grew and, you know, and spiritually evolved. I'm like, yeah, the memory has been erased. Y'all, I have been able to tap into multiple lifetimes. And for those of you who do consultations with me, you guys know what's up. It's no reason or no way I don't tap into any lifetime. So to say that our memory has been erased, I, Siren, believe that that's a bold-faced lie. I feel that you can access any knowledge, anytime, if you vibrate towards it. Now, that is very important that you are able to vibrate towards that knowledge. It's kind of like in school to say, oh, your memory has been erased. If you want to remember what you learned in third grade, you can, you know. And when you get to fifth grade, sixth grade, when you get that knowledge and you get access to those books and stuff, you're able to then gain access to that knowledge. So when it comes to, you know, deja vu, you guys, it's like, wait, has this happened before and it's happening now? Or has it not happened, but I'm tapping into it? How can we tap into the future? Okay. Or how can we tap into the past and be in the present at the same time? You are here right now. So that's where you are. Okay. When we tap into different lifetimes, it's not a past. It's right now. Okay. Nothing has already happened or nothing hasn't happened. Everything has happened already. Every experience, everything has happened already. Okay? You don't have to wait for the future, because if you're saying there's a version of me that is a billionaire, right? That version of you is not in the future. The version you're trying to get, you're thinking you haven't reached it yet, but it's already happening. Okay? You just have to put yourself in the timeline to where it is in your conscious realm. See, right now, subconsciously, you're experiencing that. You're there already. It has already happened. That version of you is living right now. You just have to be able to put your conscious in that existence. A lot of you, those of you who have worked with me, you guys should really be familiar with this, okay? Those of you who, oh, well, Siren, this is what I see, or this is what I want. And I say, what? You got to put yourself in the frequency. That's all you have to do. And the minute you put yourself in that frequency, boom, it's like it starts to happen. And you like, I ain't even working that hard to make it happen. It can happen so fast that it can, scare some people. You know how many people I've dealt with that have gotten in that frequency and got scared and was like, oh, hell. It was like, I thought I wanted this, but it's too much. The responsibility to keep up that frequency. There are some of you that, you guys are doing so well now. Something coming up on the computer, y'all. There are some of you that you guys are doing so well now. You know what I'm saying? You're living a totally different life than you were. If you look at your life now versus when, before you started working with me, you'll see that you're in a totally different version of yourself. You are exactly where you want it to be. And if you want to move up further, you already know that you can get there. It's like once you manifest that, you guys, it's like everything, you get to a point where you just don't want nothing. You know what I'm saying? You like, it's so hard to get me. Sometimes I have to start wanting things just to get back into a grounded third dimensional experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be a ball of energy to the point where I become this vortex and I'm just this energy, and I'm just not physically connected to anything. I'm just existing. I'm just in the moment. I'm just taking it all in and I'm experiencing every version of myself, and it's just like, woo, woo. You're just this big ball of powerful energy that's just woo, woo, taking it all in. And sometimes you have to do something like eat a damn Snickers, You have to do something like I have to like work out, or I have to do something, in this physical realm. Because this is one of the most powerful moments that we can be in is the now. You guys, we got to stop saying, oh, I want to wait till I get to be in the now. Okay. Your purpose is the journey. It's not where you're going. It's not where you're coming from. The journey, being present in that journey. Sometimes it's going to be high. Sometimes it's going to be low. But when you come back, if you was too busy saying, I just couldn't wait to get out of there. I just couldn't wait to go back home. Where are you going back to? You're already there. Where are you going back to? You're already there. So we have to make sure that we are in this physical experience. We are actively breathing. We are actively tasting your food when you eat, drinking a cup of water, things that we take for granted. Okay? Because the higher versions of you that we want to be in so bad, they don't do that. They get so high that they're like, you know what? I want to be low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel my feet in the dirt. I want to sit in a chair. I want a body to feel emotions. I want to cry. I want to feel sad. I want to feel, deceived. I want to feel lied to, because other versions of us don't have the physical body to experience this type of stuff. This journey that we're in, regardless of what we're experiencing right now, learn how to embrace it, because it is a gift. Your pain is a gift. Your turmoil is a gift. Your sadness is a gift. Okay? So, excuse me. All of that comes from the deja vu. Being in the now. Your whole purpose is to experience this journey. That's it, y'all. The good, the bad, the ugly. Your purpose is to experience this journey, to be in the now, to be present in the moment, because if you're trying to get into the future, right? And you're so busy worrying about the past. And in this moment right here, if there's something that is trying to arrive to you, but you're too busy in the future, or you're too busy in the past, how can we receive in the present? How are we able to receive? Because when that energy tries to come to you to find you and you're not available to be found because you're somewhere you ain't got no business being, because we told you to enjoy the now. Now, there's an energy or entity called Palau, I think the name is, that was a great message that I got from. Okay. And I was just like, wow, that's something that I really wanted to share over here with you guys. And of course, I ad-lib, and just gave you what I got from it. Okay. But I thought it was a very important message when it came to what I needed to speak on in regards to deja vu. You guys, you have to be present in the now. You have to really work on yourself. Now, sometimes we do have to heal things from the from the past, but we bring it to the present and we heal it in the present. Okay. Sometimes we have to tap into a version of ourselves or a future version that we haven't experienced yet. It doesn't mean that version hasn't happened. Okay, it just means that we consciously haven't experienced it yet. Okay, so we have to make sure that we stay in alignment with the now, you guys. Okay, and this is how spirit speaks to you when you have those deja vu moments. Spirit wakes you up real quick to make you be sitting there like in awe, because everything that's about to be said. You're like, I just feel like I've been here before, and you have. Okay. Animals. Okay. Pay attention to the animals that you see, you guys, the animals that you come in contact with. A lot of you can see them physically or you can dream about them. Okay. But those animals, all of those animals have different messages, right? So you want to make sure that when it comes to those animals, you guys, you're decoding. Okay. I don't care if it's a squirrel, I don't care if it's a centipede, a snake, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you are decoding, you guys, those animals, because those are messengers as well. Okay. Dreams. Okay. Dreams are another way that we get messages, you guys, that the divine speaks to us. If you are not decoding your dreams, okay, you are losing out on a lot. A lot of us say, I don't remember my dreams. Okay. Then you got a dream snatcher. You got to work on that frequency, you guys. Dreams are not for you to remember. Remember, I tell you, there's no such thing as, memory. If you are able to tap into whatever it is, then you should be able to do just that. So when you wake up and you like, dang, I don't remember what it was, then that means that's just not something that's at the forefront for you. But when you bring it to the forefront, like, okay, I want to remember my dreams, you're going to remember your dreams. Okay. You're going to remember your dreams. There are so many different meanings. I remember when I was coming up, when I was younger, you guys, I used to dream a lot. Okay. And I remember when I had my first boyfriend, real boyfriend, anytime he would cheat on me, and I can't say anytime because he cheated on me with the same girl. I just didn't find out till years later. But I kept having a specific dream. And I knew when I had that dream that, he was cheating. Okay. Don't ask me how I know. I just knew. Okay. So I also knew when there would be enemies coming to attack me because I had a specific dream. Right. So it was just like very weird that I was able to, pick up on a lot of things through my dreams. I remember when I had a dream that he and I got married. And of course, back then, for whatever reason, I linked that to death. Like if you dream you getting married, that means somebody's about to die, and he did pass on, you guys, within like about 8 months after that dream. So it's just crazy. But it's like when I have a dream now about marriage, it doesn't mean the same thing. Because I've had 50 million dreams about marriage, and it doesn't mean someone is going to pass away. So I'm like, dang, I don't get it. I thought dreams about this meant that. But it's different in different realms. So as you move, remember I told you, as you grow and as you evolve, you move into different realms. We're not in the way the earth looked when our grandparents were born, that version is still here. Okay. It's just in a different timeline. So that's proof that we're moving into different timelines, you guys, okay? And as we move into different timelines, we're seeing things differently because we're seeing things that are vibrating on that timeline. Now, back then, they didn't have, Wi-Fi. They didn't have the technology that we have. So, of course, that timeline is not going to look the way this one does, all right? So, this is just proof that we are on different timelines, okay? So dreams is another way that you're going to be receiving a lot of messages as well. Now, I want to talk briefly about one more thing that we will be experiencing, you guys. And it is called pre-manifestation, okay? Pre-manifestation. What do I mean by that? All right, let me give you an example, okay? Because if your frequency is on point, this is going to happen for you, okay? So let's go back to an example of mine. Or this is an example really for a lot of people, but this is my specific example. Now, remember you guys, I told you guys when I wanted my dream car, right? And when I finally made up my mind, okay, this is my dream car. This is the car that I want. I noticed that the more work I started to do on myself, I started to see this dream car manifest in my life. It wasn't the fact that I had the car, because I did. The first thing I got was, where is it? This is a key holder, okay, for the type of car that I wanted. So I remember I went on Amazon and I purchased this key holder for it, okay? And that was the first thing I got, right? And I remember just having that on me. So this is pre-manifestation. The vehicle isn't here, but I got a key holder for it. So then I went and bought an umbrella, okay, for the vehicle. Then I went and bought a little teeny weeny version. I bought a Tonka, a Power Wheel, a Hot Wheel. That's what it was, about this small. This the size it was. It was very small. I bought a teeny weeny version of it, and I would keep that on my desk. Even though the vehicle wasn't with me yet, this was a part of pre-manifestation, meaning the energy of it is there, but it's not physically there yet. So what happened is, once I got the key, I bought an umbrella for it. I bought something else for it. I was expecting to get this vehicle. I started to see it everywhere I went. It was either behind me, in front of me, parked next to me. I started to see it everywhere. This is what we call pre-manifestation, where you start to get so many clues and hints that whatever it is may not be here today, but it is actually on its way. The energy of it is already surrounding you, so you know that it's on its way. And for as long as you keep working on yourself and building yourself and strengthening, your faith in the process, it will physically manifest itself into your life, okay? Eventually, I already knew what this dream car was going to be. I remember going to the place. There was one that was there. I knew the date to go get it and all, because I got the date. And next thing I know, when I drove to that car lot, it was only one in the color that I wanted. And it was sitting right there in the front. They said this one had just came in the day before, and they had just parked it out there that morning. And I got there first thing in the morning, and I got my dang on vehicle. Okay. So yes, there's something called pre-manifestation that a lot of you will start to experience. Now, this can be for great things. This can be for not so great things. Okay. So pay attention to any red flags or any signs, or, if you feel like, oh God, I feel like something is on its way, something that's low vibrational, what I'm saying? Then work on your frequency. Start doing some protection work. Start doing some cleansing. Start doing some detoxing. Okay. Start doing whatever it is that you need to protect yourself. Wash your hair, clean your hair. I know a lot of us, we do wear our wigs or our weaves and things of that nature, but you definitely want to make sure that your hair is actually being cleansed, okay? And your hair is being nurtured underneath, because that's your antenna, and that's what's going to give you exactly what it is that you need, okay? So 2026, 2027, you guys, these are going to be two very critical years. Right? It will either make us or break us. Okay. But there's a lot out here to break us. So you're definitely going to make sure that you need to pay attention to the signs. You're going to be getting, there's a lot of warning before destruction. There's always warning before destruction. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to protect yourself, okay? To make sure that you are vibrating towards getting that knowledge. Decode your dreams, okay? Get your consultations if you have to. If you feel like there are some things out there that you're like, hey, I don't know what in the world. I don't understand. Like, y'all know I'm here, okay? I'm here. And for those of you, I wish I had a little genie in a bottle, okay, that I could just rub the right way and get a couple of answers to. Because I'm telling you, the good Lord got me out here so smart for y'all. But when it come to me, I'll be like, oh God, like I'm serious. I went to, a lot of what they call Babala. I went to a lot of people to get answers about what I was going through spiritually. And they will always tell me, you already know the answer. That's what they would say to me. Like, I go and pay for a consultation. Like, please, can you give me some information, some advice? You already know the answer. You already have the advice. You have to just get it from within you. And I used to be pissed off because I'm like, everybody else leaving out like, oh, you need to go apply for a job on this week, this day right here. Oh, and meet with this person and wear this color. And I get in there. You have the answers. I used to be pissed off. Y'all used to come out there crying like, oh, they don't want to help me. I was going through a lot. Okay. But you guys have like this open book. Go to it. Okay. Get the knowledge. Get the insight. If I could get this same info for me, I would. Okay, and then y'all will be hearing from her. That's probably why he said, turn it off for her. Because I'm telling you, Sarah would be so... Y'all, I'm telling you, I would be somewhere else. I would not be online, honey. I would be interdimensional. I would be all up and through, hunty. Okay, I would be all over this place they call Earth, honey. I'd be doing donuts in the galaxy. I would not be working nobody's job. I wouldn't be paying no bills, honey. I would be just, I would be all over the place. But anywho, so let me see, do you guys have any questions, y'all? Anybody have any questions? Okay. Who's up in the building? Hey, y'all. Hey to everybody who's tuning up into you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to give me a big old fat thumbs up. Okay. Thank you guys for giving me a big old fat thumbs up. I appreciate it. That lets the algorithm know that you guys are kind of interested in what it is that I'm talking about. And that this girl is not over here losing her mind, just making up stuff just to talk to us about because she's bored with nothing else to do. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. I really, truly appreciate it. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Anisha. Hey, Anisha. Anisha is up in the building. Hey, Anisha. Hey, y'all. So, yes, getting old. Okay. We saw that. Getting old. You say taking a nap and stuff like that. So, taking a nap. Let's real briefly. Where we at? Okay. We're a little bit over, but let's just go. You're not getting old. You just don't have enough energy. Okay. And when it comes to energy, real quick, okay, there are food that has zero energy and the body needs energy. Okay. The body needs energy. Okay. So there are foods that has energy and there are foods that don't. I would have to say allegedly, just to be on the safe side, because nothing I'm saying is fact. This is merely for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is just me thinking off the top of my dome, okay, and just saying what it is that comes to the forefront of my mind, okay? So let's give it an example. If you have a car and you put water in the tank, do you think the car is still going to be able to drive correctly? No. If you have a car and you put sugar in the tank, do you think the car is going to continue to drive correctly? No. Okay. So we have this thing that we call a body. This is our vehicle. This is what gets us around. Okay. And a lot of the food, I told you guys that the food has been the latest weapon. You guys think the war is over there with other folks? Nope. Okay. The war may be right here with us. Okay. Via the foods, the drinks, the air. Okay. And when it comes to the food has zero energy. Okay, a lot of the food that we're consuming has no. They're selling us fruits and vegetables with no seeds. Okay, with no seeds. There are some people who decided they wanted to go vegan, right? And come to find out, how you gonna go vegan and you buying all these fruits with no seeds in it? Like, oh, I'm eating watermelon today, and I'm like, you're eating grapes with no seeds. That's like putting sugar in your tank. That's like putting water or Kool-Aid in your tank, okay? Thinking the car is going to continue to go and move. No, your body is going to shut down. The reason you need a nap a lot sooner or a lot more is because you're not giving your body the correct energy. But your body will break down real food. You want to know why? Because real food that has been cropped and grown by the earth, within the earth, it has the same thing that we have in us. It has the same minerals. So in order for you to get the minerals, you have to consume the food that has those minerals. If they're giving us food that's GMO and that's made in a lab, it's lacking the sustenance that we need. It's equivalent to putting sugar in your tank. Your car is going to shut down. So when our body, when we take on and we start eating these foods that has no nutritional value, okay? I keep telling y'all, there's too many chicken shops and not enough chickens. That's all I'm going to say. There's too many burger joints and not enough cattle. How often do you drive around and see cattle? But you drive around and see more burger joints and more chicken joints, all the restaurants selling burgers and wings, but you don't see no damn chicken coops, or not enough chicken coops. Right then and there, we got to start paying attention to that. Okay? Right then and there, we have to start paying attention to that. So if the food that we're consuming does not have the nutritional value, meaning it does not have the minerals that we need, our bodies will then become deficient. When your body is deficient of minerals, this is where dis-ease is there, not because you're eating something, right? Or because it's generational. It's because you specifically are deficient of certain minerals, which means now the body is now in the energy of dis-ease. When the disease is effective in your body, it means that there is a deficiency. It means that you're lacking something, okay? When you replace whatever it is that you're lacking, whenever you give the body that mineral, your body comes back into alignment. So we have people like the Dr. Sadie and stuff, people who are herbalists who say, hey, I can heal. I can heal you. They have been reported to have said that they can heal HIV, cancer. There is a possibility that if you are able to use the right properties, it has to be from nature. This is why we're losing a lot of our forests. Okay? We're losing a lot of those plants. They're getting us used to artificial trees. Okay? So when we have a deficiency in the body, dis-ease can now live in that environment. It is a natural reaction when a deficiency is now active. And because we're living for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, you got to think about living for 60 years and you have not been eating the right foods with the right energy, with the right minerals. So your body is constantly being depleted. Your body every day is in a survival mode. Every day. And you think, oh, well, I went and I bought a salad today, but it's made from fake lettuce. Lettuce that was created in the lab. You're eating bananas that was created in the lab. They don't even, they say, oh, everything is plant-based, but when they say plant, it's from an actual warehouse, from a facility, that type of plant. We're not talking about actual plants, okay? Nothing has seeds anymore. The flowers has no damn smell. I go to the store and I'm like, well, let me smell the flowers and stuff to see which ones I want. They have no smell. Where is the smell? So we're in a society and we're moving, and it's because we're moving into more and more technology. Okay, technology cannot exist where earth and nature is. This is why when your grandmother was born, they used to dig up the soil, plant the seed, water it, and it will grow. And there was no technology then. So we're moving out of a nature-based reality and into a more technology where things are now generated on a computer, created against the algorithm, and then boop, there it is, microwave. Okay, it's now here. And the reason that, we experience the things, people are, experiencing illnesses at a rapid rate. It's no longer you got to be a certain age. You have people in their 20s and 30s that are diabetes, that has stage 2, 3, and 4 cancer, that has all type of diseases within their bodies. These kids at 27 is having heart attacks and strokes. They can't even play a game of baseball or football without damn near dropping dead on the court. You can't even smoke weed nowadays and be safe. God rest her soul. I had a family member who just recently passed away, still in her 40s. Just drop. How do you go to work that day and then that night you just drop? So it's like, you guys, we have to know where the battle is. We have to know where the war is. We got to know what we're really fighting, who we're really fighting. Okay, because we're too concerned about all the outside noise and chatter that keeps us busy while the war is getting bigger and bigger and closer to you. It is no longer with guns, and it's no longer with knives, and it's with burgers, it's with soda, it's with milk. We have to really pay attention to that, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to see you guys on Wednesday. I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, for your spiritual needs, for your protection, for your awareness, whatever it may be, go to spiritualcandies.com and get exactly what it is that you need, because you know your girl got you. Thank y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.